Pat, the Joe McDonagh All Stars have been gotten rid of. They're still there for the lower tiers below that, and the GA will say that for the likes of Leash or whatever, Enda Rowland and Jack Kelly have been nominated. But what do you make of getting rid of the Joe McDonagh All Stars?
Well, it doesn't add up really from that point of view, because in theory, any of the Joe McDonagh players could have been nominated for All Stars last year, and still the Joe McDonagh All Stars went ahead. I think that these All Stars are a little bit tacky the way they put them together for the lower tiers. It's just there's no great meritocracy to it. I believe the managers are asked to submit who they believe and should be included, and they use it as a selling point for these competitions. And the same with the incoming tier 2 structure, which I think we regard in football, obviously, which I think is a bit of a yellow pack thing. But I think if you're going to make a virtue of creating these tiers, if you're going to make an all-star team a virtue of creating these tiers, then it's incumbent on you to follow through with it. And just to pull it out because a couple of release lads got all-stars nominations isn't good enough, and also to do it as a footnote on a press release, that doesn't stand up either. I think it's just very bad form and shows a complete lack of respect for the players operating at that level. But is it surprising? Absolutely not.
Yeah, for the likes of the Christy Ring, the Nicky Rackard and the Laurie Maher, I know Michael Verney, who's a regular on OurGame, he was involved somewhat in picking those teams. Do you think, chances are, more seasons than not, the team that comes through from the Joe McDonagh, both the runners-up and the winners who went to the preliminary quarter-final, they are probably going to get beaten.
Yeah.
So essentially, most years they have no hope of getting nominated. Isn't that fair? Yeah,
it is. Yeah. Laois beat Dublin this year. Is that going to happen most years, or even? It may never happen again, as long as this competition structure remains in place. If what were the games last year? Westmeath played Wexford last year. Actually played okay against them. So if Westmeath had won that match, would the thing have been knocked on the head then? I wouldn't have thought so, but it's just it just doesn't make sense whether or not Laois went on to win the All Ireland. If that scheme is in place from the start of the year, that there are 15 players picked from the Joe McDonagh competition, then that should be honoured.
It kind of feels like we'll make it up as we go along, and you know what? That'll kind of do us this year. Look, a couple of them got in. That'll tick the box, and that's enough. Is that how it feels to you?
Absolutely, yeah. Like the Laois players that got the All-Star nominations thoroughly deserved it, but there are 13 or so other Laois players that are in the running, you would say, for the second tier All-Star, shall we say, and that's just been brushed to one side. And I wouldn't say there was much agonising over that, as you say, kind of made up as it goes along. And I'd say that decision was just made with the stroke of a pen.
Thanks very much, Pat.